All right, so I am going to make another batch of soap, and I've developed a recipe that I really enjoy, and we are going to follow it today. There's just 3 different fats in it. First, I'm going to measure out my water. I need 481 grams of water. Oh, poop. $481 grams. Oh, poop. Okay, perfect. 480 grams of water. Let's zero that. Now I need 237 grams of lye. So, all right, so I'm just gonna slowly pour it in there. You wanna be careful. You wanna be in a well-ventilated area. Wear gloves and glasses to protect yourself. 237 grams of lye. Here we go. I've really enjoyed this soap making journey I'm on. And I hope you guys enjoy watching my videos. Almost there. Perfect. 237 grams of lye. All right, let me turn my vent on. We'll stir this, and it creates a chemical reaction, and you can see the gases coming up off of it. It heats up really high. So I always mix this first because it gets hotter than the fats and oils. And while this is cooling down, then I can add my fats together. All right, so I'm gonna put it over here. Okay, now let's do our fats. All right, so I need 900 grams of lard. Okay, I've been getting a big tub of lard from Walmart. I think a lard produces a really pretty soap. And you know, back in the day, they didn't have grocery stores, so they rendered their own lard or beef tallow, used that for their soaps. So the soap I've been making produces a good lather. I'm still working on the scents, the fragrances, trying to pick my favorite. I think in my fail that I had last, the reason it failed was because of the infused water I used, and probably the essential oils. Oh, that's a little too much. Okay, we'll zero that. I got my lard. Now I'm going to do my coconut oil, and I need 350 grams of coconut oil. Everybody that I've shared my soap with has had nothing but good things to say about it. It makes my skin soft. The only complaint I've had is there's not enough scent. But I am learning that essential oils doesn't stay very well in homemade soap. And then depending on the essential oils and probably like your infused water can make your soap seize up, which it's still good soap, it just doesn't look very pretty. Okay. Something else I'm working on is making some dead purple nettle salve. I've got it drying in the oven, the dead purple nettle, and you guys have probably seen it in your yard. It's considered a weed. But when you make a salve out of it, it is really good for minor cuts and abrasions. Burns. All right, now I need 450 grams of olive oil. Almost there. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm going to put this on the stove and we'll let it melt. All right, so I've got my fats on low heat. We want to melt that and combine it. So I feel like a big part of soap making is patience. You have to let your lye water mixture and your fat mixture, once everything's mixed, you have to let each of those rest and come down to a comparable temperature of about 100 degrees. Then you mix your lye water and into your fats. Blend it till it reaches trace. Put them in your molds, and then you wait 24 hours. And then you can unmold them and cut it, and then you have to wait 4 to 6 weeks before you use your soap. So it's a lot of patience. really happy with this new hobby of mine. I'm producing something that I can actually use, and I want to get really comfortable with it and make pretty design soaps. But right now, I'm just enjoying the outcomes of what I'm making. All right, we'll let this melt and mix it up, and then we'll mix the lye water in it, and then we'll put it in the molds. All right, so I've got all my fats melted. I'm going to just measure the temperature and let you all get an idea of how hot everything gets. All right, so my oils are 129 degrees, 130 degrees Fahrenheit, 131 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, perfect. Now, let's look at the lime water. And the lye is completely dissolved. (150 degrees Fahrenheit). So I've never measured the lime water at its highest, so I'm not sure how hot it actually gets. But now I've just got to wait for the temperatures to get about 100 degrees each, and then we'll combine everything. Stay tuned. All right, so I've checked the temperature of both my solutions, and it's time to mix. So the lye water goes into your fats. Okay, stir it. All right, let me get my immersion blender. It's going to be a little loud. Alright, I'm going to add my fragrance. So I'm adding oatmeal and honey, fragrance, and I had already measured it out as well. Okay, let's mix that real good. Smells so good. Love it. Okay, so I guess because my soap had seized up on me pretty bad the one time, I try to get it into the molds as quickly as I can. I don't know if this is the correct way to do it, but this is what I do. All right, and then I get a little messy sometimes when I'm pouring it in here. Hopefully I don't waste any. Ooh, okay. All right, that's looking good. So when I calculate my recipes, I calculate it to where my 2 big loaves get filled. Smells amazing. There you have it. They look amazing. All right. We'll check back tomorrow and unmold them and cut them. Thanks, guys.